Breaking news this morning. 8 people escaped a flaming apartment building in Bellevue. News Channel 5's Blake Rosnowski live on Waterford Circle. She's been there all morning for us. Blake, do investigators know yet exactly what sparked the fire?
Amy, investigators have not released that just yet. You can actually see, though, they're down there right now trying to figure out what exactly happened. We're looking at the back end of this unit that obviously was completely destroyed. This one destroyed by fire, the unit below it destroyed by smoke and water. That broke out around 3:30 this morning. The district chief tells us that when they got to the complex, the fire was already fully involved. The huge response brought dozens of firefighters out to keep the blaze under control. They evacuated the entire 4-unit building because they had to cut power, but only the top unit and the unit directly below it, again, suffered the damage from this. The district chief says it could have been much worse.
They made an interior attack on the upstairs unit, which was fully engulfed, and they stopped it right there between that and the firewall. It never breached to the other side of the building.
The American Red Cross has come out to help those 8 people who were displaced as a result of this fire. And again, investigators are on scene working to confirm what exactly sparked it. Live in Bellevue, Blake Rosnowski, News Channel 5.
All right, some lucky folks, Blake. Thank you. Breaking news now. Police are investigating an officer-involved shooting in Williamson County.
Yeah, let's check in with News Channel 5's Dan Kennedy. He's been in Fairview all morning long, and apparently a suspect came out of the home and then pointed a weapon at officers. Dan, good morning. What's the latest there?
Hey, good morning to you. We learned recently from the TBI that officers here responding on a disturbance call first used their taser on a man who was apparently armed with a gun, and when that didn't work, then resorted to use of deadly force. That man was pronounced dead here at the scene, and the TBI remains out here investigating this. The call of a disturbance started at about 1:15 this morning when those 2 officers came out here on scene. Is when they encountered that man. That's when one of the officers used a taser, and the TBI spokesperson picks the story up from there.
When the individual was non-compliant with the officer's commands, one officer did deploy his taser. The taser, however, was ineffective. At that point, the individual drew his weapon. One of the officers fired his weapon, striking and killing that individual.
We're just off Hill Hughes Road. It's a foggy morning, but just about 100 yards back there sits a house, and that's also where the TBI continues its investigation, centered around one area of the driveway. This man's name has not yet been released. We expect to get that a little later today. Reporting live from Fairview, Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.
Dan, thank you for the update there. A tight-knit community coming together in the wake of tragedy.
God is with us.
A large crowd filled the parking lot last night at the Burnett Chapel Church of Christ. Church members, neighbors, city leaders, and strangers all coming together, singing and praying. The goal is to show the church is not alone. It's important for the community to unite during a very difficult time.
These are our brothers and sisters, and we just want them to know that as a body of church, we're behind them, but as neighbors as well.
It's important for those people to be able to see that they have support from even people that they don't know.
The church remains closed as the investigation continues. A memorial filled with flowers sits outside of that church. Metro police say the suspect, Emmanuel Sampson, was heavily armed when he entered that church just after 11 Sunday morning. He had 2 pistols and a knife on him. He was also, we understand now, wearing a tactical vest at the time. Investigators also found another pistol, and here's even more troubling news, an AR-15 in his SUV, but no ammo for that. The FBI and the ATF are assisting Metro Police with the investigation. Sampson, by the way, is due in court tomorrow. Amy?
And 2 of his 7 victims are waking up in their own beds this morning after being released from the hospital. So a bit of good news. Catherine Dickerson and Caleb Engel were released from Skyline Medical. Linda Bush, Marlene and William Jenkins and preacher Joey Spann and his wife Peggy are still at Vanderbilt, but are all in stable condition. Joey Spann is also a girls basketball coach at Nashville Christian School. His longtime friend and principal says they can't wait for Spann to return. The principal says church members were his top priority during the shooting.
He was just concerned about everybody else. He was trying to protect the others in the room and went towards the man, and that's, when he was wounded.
Staff and students describe Spann as someone who loves to help children and jokes a lot. More than 6 weeks after a 12-year-old is brutally murdered inside her own home, police believe they've captured her killer. In early August, neighbors at Hillview Acres Mobile Home Park were shocked and saddened to learn of Joanna Artega's brutal homicide. Officers say DNA links 45-year-old Roy Coons Jr. to the crime. Coons was arrested outside his mobile home yesterday afternoon. Residents there tell us he lived 2 doors down from the Artega family and made a living mowing lawns and washing cars in the neighborhood. He even attended the vigil held for Joanna a week after her death.
I walked over and I put a candle in his hand, and all he did was drop his head and walked away. My gut feeling was he's got a guilty conscience.
Coons remains in custody without bond.
Well, the man accused of holding several people hostage in a Columbia bank late last week is facing a long list of charges this morning. We've got his picture. There he is. Police say that Douglas Roach took 9 people hostage around 2:30 Friday afternoon at the Community First Bank and Trust on South James Campbell Boulevard. A lot of you probably watched this on News Channel 5 Plus, as I did Friday afternoon. The hostages were released during the negotiations throughout the afternoon and evening to the cheers of hundreds of people who were watching this unfold. Roach, by the way, facing several counts of aggravated assault and aggravated kidnapping.
Happening today, a man accused in a deadly stabbing will be in court. 56-year-old Michael Lovelace is facing a criminal homicide charge in the death of Ben Amos. Police say he stabbed the 49-year-old in Centennial Park last week during a fight. He'll face a judge at 9:15 this morning.